If you're not planning on lifting weights this winter, you could be missing out on 15 to 50 watts or more. But if you're interested in this video, I'm going to describe exactly how you can lift weights for cycling to improve your power output and go on to have your best season ever.
Power output is the key because there are gazillions of ways to lift, but this is the way to lift that increases your power output on the bike. And I know it works because I use this plan to go from a beginner mountain biker to racing at the pro level, upgrading one class every year by lifting weights this way. The science shows that weightlifting improves power output, and I've coached hundreds of cyclists through this exact 10-week weightlifting plan that I'm going to describe in the next 10 minutes. And each one of these athletes has gone on to have their best seasons ever. What's up, everyone? I'm Coach Frank Overton. Some call me the BigCat, founder of FasCat Coaching and creator of the CoachCat app. My company and I have been coaching cyclists how to lift weights for over 20 years. Pros and masters, beginners, working men and women, everyone in between. And I am going to explain why weightlifting this way works, what makes it cycling specific, and exactly how you can combine lifting on the bike with your bike workouts to turn your gym gains into real watts on the pedals. You're going to learn 5 primary things: when to lift heavy and when to do explosive lifting, how many days a week to lift, how many sets to do each day, how much weight to lift for each set, and finally, when to ride the bike that makes the lifting even better. By the end, you're going to have a 10-week weightlifting plan that's helped hundreds of athletes and cyclists get stronger and faster. Technically, you could write all this down, you could follow it on your own, or you could download the CoachCat app for free and let it guide you through every single step of the way. No guesswork, just the right workout at the right amount of weight to lift every day. There's even a PDF in the plan so you can download it and keep. Real quick, tell me about your weightlifting in the comments. I'll answer every single one with my coaching advice. Now, science has proven that not all weightlifting is created equal. Many cyclists waste time thinking that swinging kettlebells is going to improve their power output, but it does not. While kettlebell swings can improve your hip explosiveness, your core stability, and muscular endurance, studies show they do not significantly improve maximal strength, which is precisely what's needed to generate more power on the bike. In contrast, targeted heavy strength training using squats, leg presses, and other high-load lifts, it recruits more muscle fibers, it drives neuromuscular adaptations, and it builds the force production that actually translates into higher watts. That said, we're fans of kettlebells as maintenance work, but not as a replacement for lifting heavy shit, to quote Dr. Stacy Sims. Here's 4 reasons why our weightlifting plan is truly cycling specific. Number 1, we lift heavy. In the strength phase, you're going to push high loads to train your muscles and nervous system to generate more force per pedal stroke. Number 2, we lift explosively. In the power phase, we're going to focus on high velocity, low weight movements to train your legs to produce great force at speeds specific to pedaling a bike. Number 3 is neuromuscular work. We pair the gym sessions with the sprints on the bike to innervate new muscle that you just built, teaching it to fire faster and more efficiently. Use that word innervate at your next cocktail party or group ride. Number 4, muscle tension intervals. These are the high gear, low cadence mashers you've heard about Pogacar doing, but we reinforce the gym gains with on the bike muscle tension work that simulates climbing and seated power, locking in the strength where it matters. Now, a lot of cyclists worry about adding body weight, but I'm here to tell you that adding 1 to 2 pounds of lean muscle mass on your legs is a huge advantage because it leads to higher power output. And your body weight goes up, but your power to weight ratio goes up even more. It's going to make you stronger on the climbs, faster in the sprints, and more efficient everywhere. Here's what our 10-week weightlifting plan has you doing day by day, week by week, set by set, and rep by rep. There's 4 phases and 3 exercises. Super simple, very easy to execute. A beginner all the way up to an elite level pro can do this program. I'm going to go through the 4 phases for you and show you exactly how to lift weights for cycling. So phase number 1 is an adaptation phase. You're going to do this for 3 weeks, 3 times per week, usually on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We're going to start with super lightweight, maybe a broom handle or the 45-pound bar for the squat. And we're going to gradually add weight as your body adapts to the motion and the load. You're going to focus on safe form and controlled movements. You're going to do 4 by 8 reps of the squat, the leg press, and the hamstring curl. And those are the 3 exercises we use for all phases. They're simple enough for a beginner, but they bring the heat enough for a long-time gym goer. And the goal of the adaptation phase is to teach your body how to lift safely and prepare your musculature and connective tissue for the heavier lifting that's going to come in the next 2 phases. We are going to determine your 1 resistance maximum. That is the maximum amount of weight you can lift once for the squat, the leg press, and the leg curl. There's online 1RM calculators, and we'll also give you simple instructions to find your 1RM in 3 attempts or less safely. Phase 2 is a hypertrophy phase. It's going to be 2 weeks, 4 times per week, 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on. It's usually prescribed on your training calendar Monday and Tuesday, lift. Wednesday is off, Thursday, Friday, lift. And this is your medium weight, high volume endurance phase. This phase is called the hypertrophy phase because the goal is to build muscle, hypertrophy. And we are going to directly target power producing muscles used in cycling, your glutes, your quads, and your hamstrings. You're going to do 6 sets, 10 reps per set, between 60 and 75% of your 1 rep max. In other words, medium weight and high rep. And I'll be honest, this is the hardest 2 weeks of the entire 10-week plan. The muscle soreness is real. And when you get to day 4 of week 1, I promise you, if you don't think I'm out of my mind, you're not doing it right. But I want you to FTFP, and I want you to remember your why. Why are you training this way? And the answer is because you want to beat your friends on the group ride. You want to win that time trial. You want to smash that Strava PR. You want to stand on the podium at your next A race, or you want to be able to join that group ride. And so when you're deep in your 50th squat and every ounce of common sense is saying quit, I want you to focus on your goals. And that's what's going to get you through this phase. And then next season, when you're on the start line, you're going to remember these weeks and you're going to have the confidence to put in the effort to get the result you want. All right, I digress. Phase 3 is the strength phase. It's 2 weeks, 2 times per week. And this is the high weight, low rep phase. We're going to train all that new muscle that you just built in the hypertrophy phase to produce great force. This is the heavy lifting phase. You're going to do 4 sets, 4 to 6 reps per set, between 70 and 100% of your 1 rep max. The strength phase feels like easy street because you're going to go from 60 squats, 60 leg presses, and 60 leg curls from the hypertrophy phase down to 24 squats, 24 leg presses, and 24 hamstring curls. 180 lifts compared to 72. And that's what makes it feel easy. This reduction in weightlifting volume also opens the door for on-the-bike neuromuscular work. And this is one of the 4 ways that this plan is cycling specific. We're going to introduce cadence-based neuromuscular sprints to teach your brain to tell all the new muscle that you've just gained how to pedal fast with great force. On your training plan, you're going to see strength workouts coupled with sprint intervals. And for the advanced plan, you're going to do 2 a days. You're going to lift in the morning, you're going to do sprints after, or for the masters friendly training plans, the basic and the intermediate, these are standalone workouts meant to be done the day after you're lifting. So you're going to do strength on a Monday, and then you're going to do neuromuscular sprint intervals on a Tuesday. You can up-level your plan by combining the 2 on the same day if you dare, if you want to modify. The strength phase is also where we begin to increase your volume, your total weekly hours, primarily by introducing the long ride on Saturdays. This is the beginning of your base phase. Technically, though, you've already started your base phase because science shows that weightlifting produces several of the same physiological benefits that overlap with the same adaptations that endurance training stimulates. The 4th and final phase is the power phase. 3 weeks, 2 times per week, really low weight but high velocity lifts. The power phase really brings home the cycling specificity with the explosive movements. We drop the weight down to 45 to 60% of your 1RM, and we're going to focus on high velocity movements like jump squats and fast controlled leg presses and leg curls. After the strength phase, 50% of your 1RM feels featherweight, so we'll ask you to lift as fast as you can, just like a pedal strip. Like the strength phase, we pair your workouts with standing starts to teach your muscles to fire explosively at cycling specific speeds. This is the secret sauce. This is what turns all the gym work into watts on the road. Now, I've never met a cyclist who couldn't benefit from this type of lifting unless they have a back or joint injury that prevents them from performing these motions. I'll do a follow-up video with a plan B if that is your case, but in the meantime, weightlifting this way benefits nearly every type of endurance athlete there is: road, track, crit, gravel, mountain bikers, time trialists, triathletes, and perhaps most importantly, us masters athletes, because this plan will not only help us increase our power output, but it literally helps us fight age-related performance declines, which leads to living longer. Who doesn't want to live longer? I want to live longer. Now, I've coached World Tour pros, national team athletes on this plan, and many amateur men and women cyclists with not a lot of time to train, but they all use this plan to increase their power output, their FTP, their durability, and endurance. Join us this winter if you want to take your training up a level by lifting weights with this proven cycling-specific training plan. At FasCat, we offer 2 ways to help you ride faster: the CoachCat AI-powered app or our expert one-on-one personal coaching. Both start with a complimentary phone consultation to set you up for success, and both include this 10-week weightlifting program that I just described. Click the link below, start your free trial, or schedule your consultation today and join the FasCat athletes that are already lifting, training, and improving their power output. In the meantime, you know what to do. Work hard, ride fast, have fun, and as always, FTF. Hey!